In this video, we'll explore Docker, what it is, the problem it solves, and how it helps create consistent environments for your applications across different platforms. Let's dive in and see how Docker makes development and deployment easier. But before that, let's see what was the problem before. Have you ever heard the classic excuse, "it works on my machine"? That's because different computers can have different setups. Applications need various libraries and tools to run, which can be a hassle to manage. Different environments might have different settings, which could lead to problems when moving your app from development to production. Now let's enter Docker and see what is the big idea. Docker is like a magic suitcase for your software. It packages everything your app needs, code, libraries, and settings into a neat portable container. Think of it as a travel-friendly container that ensures your app will run exactly the same way no matter where it lands. How Docker fixes the problems we discussed earlier. With Docker, you can be sure your app runs the same way on a developer's laptop, a test server, or in production. No more works on my machine excuses. Docker containers come with everything your app needs already packed inside. You don't have to worry about installing or configuring libraries separately. Package your app into a container image and it can be deployed anywhere that supports Docker. Let's have a look at some key concepts to know. Docker images are like blueprints for your containers. They include everything your app needs to run. You create these images from a Docker file, which is like a recipe for building your container. Containers are the running instances of Docker images. They're like the actual packed suitcases, ready to be deployed wherever you need them. And a Docker file, you can think of a Docker file as the instruction manual for creating Docker images. It tells Docker how to set up your application's environment. Docker Hub is a cloud-based service where you can find and share Docker images. It's like a giant repository of pre-built containers that you can use for your own apps. Volumes are used to store data that you want to keep even if the container is deleted. They help you manage and persist data across different containers. Let's see how Docker works. When you run a Docker container, here's what happens. The Docker daemon is the background service that handles everything Docker related. It manages containers, images, and more. The client is the command line tool you use to interact with Docker daemon. You can use it to run commands like docker run and docker build. The container runtime is responsible for running and managing containers. It takes care of starting, stopping, and maintaining them. And that was all about Docker in this video. If you like such content, make sure you subscribe for more. Thank you again for watching and I see you again in the future.